Hey everybody, Gleez here, and today we're going to take a look at something different. And this is a collection of games on the NES, and it's actually on a cartridge, and it is a Castlevania trilogy game. Now you may be thinking it says Castlevania Trilogy on it, but it's actually way more than 3 games. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to take a look at these games, see some of the interesting and unique takes on the game and some of the adjustments that they make in these ROM hacks, and it's definitely something interesting if you are a Castlevania fan. So first things first, look at this cartridge. This thing is beautiful. It's got black finish on it. The sticker is ultra high gloss. The graphics are very clear, it's not smudgy, and it is definitely easy to read as you look at it. One of the best cartridges I've really ever had. We're going to put this into the Retro AVS, and this cartridge does work on any console that doesn't rip the ROM from the cartridge. So anything that plays directly from it will work. The Retron 3, the AVS, your regular NES, all of those consoles will work with this game. And you can see that there are tons of Castlevania games. It does include the original 3 on the NES and a bunch of ROM hacks, mostly from Castlevania 1. There are about 8 or so from Castlevania 2, and we have 1 ROM hack for Castlevania 3. We're going to go through and take a look at some of these ROM hacks and what they have to offer. Obviously, we're not going to go through all of them, but just some of the ones that I happen to enjoy. The first one we're going to check out is called God of War 2. And what might that be? Kratos. So you can see that the game is God of War themed with Castlevania gameplay. It's really awesome. There's also very unique weapons, and when I say unique, I mean basically the same thing as Castlevania, but with a different skin on it. So totally unique. Nonetheless, this game is really fun to play. It's really difficult. It's one of those games where you pick it up, you start playing it, you realize it's a ROM hack, and it's kind of fun at first, but then the hardness hits you. And we're going to check out my fight against the first boss, and this was on my last life. I tried so hard to win, but I couldn't do it. Yes, I did it! Oh my god. So I hope you don't have bathmophobia, because the next one is called the Stairs of Doom. For those that don't know, bathmophobia is the fear of steps, and I'm sure that most of you obviously have that are watching this video. So this one is pretty unique in the fact that it creates obstacles with stairs in the game. You have to go down one side, walk across, fight some enemies to get to the other set of steps, to go up toward the other side. It's very interesting. It was a ROM hack that I really enjoyed, and I think that you will too. Man, you see those colors there in this Castlevania Retold? I'm a big fan of this one. I actually played this to about halfway through the game and I died. I wanted to get this review up of the cartridge. I'm going to go back and play this one all the way through. It's difficult, it's not easy, but it's one of those games that is fulfilling as you move forward. It's not impossible. You know, there's some ROM hacks, and there are some on here, where you play a ROM hack and it's just so difficult that you don't even want to continue playing it because it's just dumb. And that's not this one. This one's really difficult, it is, but it's rewarding as you move forward and understand how to get past certain obstacles. So far, this is one of my favorite ones on this cartridge. Now, for many of you out there, I understand that you probably don't like a ton of platforming with Medusa heads, and This ROM hack has a lot of that. It really does. I like platforming, so for me personally, this is something that I thoroughly enjoy. So I'm definitely going to go back and play this one, and I'll let you know how it goes. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll probably find out. If you don't and want to find out, be sure you do at Big J Gleez. But yo, before we move on to the next one, look how cheap this is. What? How are you supposed to know that's not a block you can stand on? Alright, enough of the shenanigans. We're going to go with Castlevania Game Boy. And it's in Pennsylvania. You get it? Pencil. Because it looks like it's drawn with a pencil. That's why. Because it's like Game Boy. You get it? So this is basically the original Castlevania, just in a black and white palette. And it looks like Game Boy. That's really it. There's really nothing special about it besides that, but it does look pretty cool. I found myself playing this a lot longer than I thought I was going to when I wanted to make it, or when I wanted to play this for the video. It was actually really interesting. It makes the game look different, and maybe this is what it would look like on Game Boy, but probably not. Castlevania Resurrection is a Castlevania 3 ROM hack, and this thing's pretty legit. Listen to the sound of this game. Yo, I'm digging it. Those power-ups are punching. You pick up those power-ups, you feel like you did something. Like, just punching in there. I like the color palette of the game, too. There are certain things that pop and are very bright, and other things that are dulled down. Like, if you take a look at the top, some of the reds at times are a little bit different of a color. And now you look here, and it's all bright. It's very odd, very different. I like it. It's something that leaves me wondering, like, what do these colors mean exactly? I don't know. You can see what's pretty cool here is that the boss logic is different. Typically you could stand on this block and just whip away at this boss as he comes near you, but he'll actually avoid you if you're up there. Very interesting. So they're able to change the AI and make it slightly different. One thing to keep in mind with this ROM hack is that the dialogue is in Japanese. So if you don't know Japanese, you may send Sypha off into the wilderness by accident. Don't do that. Pick the top one. If you pick the top one, she'll join you. So this skeleton has a bone to pick with somebody, because this is Skell's revenge. What might that mean? Oh, you're a skeleton. Okay. Alright, I dig it. I dig it. So as the skeleton, you have a sword, but it works just like the whip. The graphics on it are a little bit bogged out. I don't know what he's actually doing. He like half disappears, but the game functions well. It's fun to play. It's different. It's different than the original Castlevania. If you want a new experience, I suggest checking it out. So Trevors Quest is a spin on Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. Very interesting. You can see that the townspeople look like skeletons. I don't know whether to whip them or talk to them. Makes it very confusing. The background is also very dark. The color palette's very dark. It's almost like a black and white with some blue accents going on. And this seems to go out, throughout the entire game for the most part. The reds are popping though. So you can see that as the enemies blow up, the oranges and the reds are pretty popping out there. It looks pretty nice, actually. At first I thought the game looked really dumb. I put it on and I was like, ugh, this looks like throw up, vomit. Don't want to play this. But it grew on me. And I went through, played up through the first mansion, and I'm going to play this more. I like it. Now, I know that many of you out there don't really enjoy Castlevania 2. It's probably the least popular of the three for NES. But Castlevania 2 was always my favorite. And I'm happy that there's still night and day sequences, as you can see here. So overall, I really enjoy this collection of Castlevania games. It's very interesting, all the games are unique, some of them are duds, some of them are great. The thing that I like most is the actual cartridge. I think it looks awesome. The black cartridge with the shiny sticker, it looks fresh. It's definitely something that is welcoming to my collection. If you want to snag up one of these on your own, I'll put a link to the eBay listing from which I purchased, and you can check it out. I also have a Zelda cartridge that's very similar to this, and many of those games I've already played all the way through. If you would like me to review that, leave a comment down below, and I'll be happy to do so. If you're new, don't forget to click the subscribe button, and be sure to click the bell so you get updated whenever I post new content. As always, I want to thank you for checking in. It's Gleez signing out, and continue to game strong.